Hello and welcome to another episode of Man Discovers Tech. Today we have the Rel T9x in the demo room. Yes, I'm going to be testing in this video how it copes with movies. I'm kind of on a new camera, so it should be better quality than previous videos. But I'm not the best cameraman, learning on the job. So in this video we're going to be doing movies as I usually do, and in a follow-up video I'm going to be using this Rel alongside my Monitor Audio Studios. I'm going to plug it in. At the moment this Rel is connected. Let me show you actually. Using the LFE as we are doing movies right now. Yeah, you should be able to see that. So yes, we're going to do it the Rel way, the recommended way for music in a follow-up. Anyway, we'll start with the Top Gun trailer as usual.
+30 years of service. Combat medals, citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years. Yet you can't get a promotion, you won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. Be at least a 2-star admiral by now. Yet here you are, Captain. What is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
We now move on to the Genesis trailer by THX. And finally, the interstellar wormhole scene. Okay, so that's the end of that. Now, I feel that this Rel is it's one of those subwoofers where you kind of understand what it's trying to achieve, but at the same time you think about the average consumer and what is it they're actually going into the shop to buy, and what problems are they trying to solve. So when I see this Rel and I hear it, obviously, I'm thinking to myself that it's mainly catering to people who perhaps want to listen to music. I feel like for movies, I feel that the experience is far less cinematic than other subwoofers that I've been hearing over the last couple of months, and I've tested quite a few. So yes, that's kind of what I have to say on that. There are some other things that I'm not quite happy about with this Rel. Firstly, I feel like, I mean, looks are subjective. I feel that it's not a bad looking subwoofer. I feel like the T9i was a better looking subwoofer. And I have one of those in the corridor actually, which I'm going to test a bit later and show you in a different video. I just feel like the other one was a bit of a better looker than this one. I feel like Rel with this subwoofer have tried to achieve a greater level of sound pressure level within rooms, so I've read. So when I'm hearing this, I'm not actually feeling that to a degree that is actually significant. You know, I feel that a better overall subwoofer for people who want music and movies would be something like the SVS SB3000, because it's about the same price. If not, the SB3000 is cheaper than this Rel. And they're about the same size. Maybe the SVS is, yeah, I guess it's a little bit bigger, but it's not much bigger, because with the Rel, consider that you have the quite large feet at the bottom, which is there to separate itself from the floor, as there's a downward radiator, passive radiator. That's what I can imagine. The SVS, the feet are a little bit smaller. You can put bigger ones on. But yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like in this room, they're taking up a very similar amount of space. So I just found the SB3000 that I heard, it just kind of ticks all the boxes. Now, there's one thing. With the Rels, you get the high pass. Let me show you. Oh, God. You get the high pass. Yeah, with the Rels, you get the high pass connection, which is there via that speak-on connector. Let me turn up. There you go. That there. And I'm going to show you that in action in the next video. But the idea of that is that you can connect the subwoofer directly to the signal that the speakers are receiving. There are meant to be some benefits of that. However, there are some downsides that a lot of people won't tell you. One of them being that the signal being received by a speaker is higher in distortion than the signal that is going through one of these cables. These RCAs. So yeah, I don't understand why it's meant to be better in that regard, but anyway, but the thing is that the big difference is that the signal received by the subwoofer and the speakers is happening at around the same time. With a typical subwoofer like this XTZ here, I worked out the other day that the DSP inside that unit is probably adding like up to about 20 milliseconds of lag, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to just set it up like in a basic way, put your speakers on and it work nicely together. It probably won't unless you know how to set delays. So with this Rel, I feel like it's catering more to an audience where you have a stereo amplifier and you just want to connect it via speak-on connector into your speakers and not really muck around with any settings, obviously other than the settings on the back of the subwoofer, to integrate it into the room. So that's what I think it's trying to achieve, and you can get good results like that from experience. But in a home cinema, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get that specific sound that you want, especially from this sub. I think so far, I think the SB3000 is the better way to go. That's all I have to say for this video, and I will see you next time.
Now you subscribe or I smash you.